Hello everybody, so I finally decided to sit down and make a video about astrology, and I've made a few tester videos to be honest, but I'm a Pisces moon sign and I have no self-esteem, so you'll understand that later in the video, or in my video collection that I attend. I really wanted to start out with your lunar sign because I feel like whenever people are asking you about astrology and stuff, that's really what they're digging for. They're digging for the inside of themselves. You know, they probably already know their sun sign because they read the newspaper or Yahoo and found their general horoscopes and stuff. But I wanted to start out with the lunar sign, but before I could get into that, I did a little bit of research, about like 20 minutes worth of research, trying to find a website that would describe the 3 signs as perfectly as I wanted, and I'm a high perfectionist and I could not find one. So before I can jump into what I really want to talk about and the fun stuff like compatibility and voodoo talk, but before I can jump into that, I need to describe to you what is your astrology profile essentially. If I say something that if you're an astrologer and you don't agree with, you can message me, but don't get dirty with it. And remember, if you're an astrologer and I've said something incorrect, I'm a Pisces moon sign with a Taurus rising, or a Taurus sun sign and a Virgo rising, so I will kick your ass. Not really, but no, I've studied. Oh, excuse me, I sound like I'm dying. I've studied astrology since I was 14 years old. I'm 19 now. I haven't got to the point of actual horoscopes and determining like moon positions and stuff. I'm working on it, I'm learning about it, but I'm not to the point where I feel comfortable to talk about it. What we're going to go over in this video though is what the general purpose of astrology is. I feel like it is it's something that people get very confused about, and when you start throwing out that there's 100 factors to your specific personality and behaviors, people get kind of scared. But thankfully there's only 12 signs that really matter out of that 100. And out of your 12 signs, there's only 3 that are prominent enough for you to recognize. Now, with that said, I will be going over your Mercury and Venus sign, but I just want to let you know that it is not as prevalent as your sun, moon, and rising. And that's what we will be talking about, is your sun, moon, and rising. So let's begin. Your rising sign, let me first describe to you the image I want in your head. Okay, in geography class when we were in like 6th grade, they used to have those models of the earth, and everybody's seen them. They have like the corner cut out of it, and there's the layers, the crust, the mantle, the core. I want you to think about that for a second. Now get that image in your head. Your crust, the first layer of the earth, is like your rising sign, or your rising sign is like the crust. It is kind of the mask you put on when you first meet people, when you get introduced to new people and new situations and job interviews. It's essentially kind of the front. Now, your rising sign is pretty much just, in the factor of your actual personality, it pretty much just intensifies whatever characteristics are inside of you. moving on, the mantle of the earth is your sun sign. It's the sun sign. You probably already know your sun sign, and if you clicked on this video because you know your sun sign and you were hoping I was going to talk about something or your sign, let me explain to you what that is. That is the month you were born. Your sun sign is what people in general see you as. It's the general traits you express to your day-to-day life. Your sun sign, I've had people that have talked to me before and been like, my sun sign doesn't really fit into kind of my personality, and I feel more towards this way, and I can see how people get very discouraged about astrology just looking at your sun sign. But you have to remember that there's more depth to it than that. Your sun sign is prominent in your personality. You will feel your sun sign, but there's kind of a distance feel to it. It's what you portray, but it's not who you are through and through. Now let's get on to who you are through and through. That is the core of the earth, the big earth, the little circle inside of it. It is it's who you are to yourself. And when people ask me about astrology, they're generally looking for their moon sign, because I believe it is the most powerful sign that you can possibly sum yourself up with, because it's who you are to yourself. It's who you are when you go home and you soak everything in and like you mull things over in your head, and your feelings, your deepest feelings, and it's dealing with your deeper perspective. Like when I do astrology readings, people are more interested in their moon sign because it's more personal to you than your rising and your sun sign. Most people that I talk to about their rising sign, I don't want to say most, but I've had quite a few people that I've told them their rising sign, and they've been like, "It's not me," and I'm just like, well, yeah, it is. It's just not dominant. But your moon sign is dominant. Your moon sign is that part of you that no matter what you do, who you grow up to be in life, it's always right by your side, and it determines a lot, especially in personal manners and relationships, really marriage relationships. My parents, for example, my mother was an Aries, my father was a Cancer. Cancer is water, fire, or Aries is fire, and from the surface, looking at that, water nurtures earth, fire, wind feeds fire, so they're not compatible with their sun signs, but yet they had very compatible moon signs, and that's dealing with relationships, and I eventually will get my ass up and make a video about that, but for right now we're sticking to the general explanation of astrology in whole. Another thing that I would like to mention about astrology, and is that naturally you can be neither or, and everybody can be shy or outgoing. Everybody can be adventurous or a homebody. Like, everybody has that ability. Everybody has that inside of you, but it's the preference you naturally lean towards, and that preference can be very manipulated with your considering your three signs. You may be a Gemini sun sign, but you may have a Capricorn moon sign that kind of keeps you in an unbalanced state, because you want to you are outgoing, you are very adventurous and very smart and very just extroverted personality, but on the inside to you will be very introverted. You will be very shy, very timid, very easygoing. To explain it like that, I want people to understand that not only is there the spectrum is very wide, but that your sun sign is not essentially just who you are. We all have depth. Humans in general have depth to our beings, essentially, to how we live our lives, our environments. There's a lot of spectrums into that. Astrology, I want people to understand that astrology is an art form. And if you are an astrologer out there and you are about to jump my ass over saying that, stop. Okay, astrology does not take the scientific method. It does not process things through the scientific method. It is not a science. It is an art form. And with that said, I want people to realize that even though it is an art form, if you let it take you where it'll go, you will learn so much more than without having it. And when I first started astrology, my family had always been very interested in it, but I, in general, just wanted to use it as a tool, because growing up I was very socially awkward. I didn't know how to blend with people, and through studying astrology, I know how to act around certain people. And I'm not saying that everybody should do that, everybody should be fake, and I wasn't fake. I was just learning how to manipulate the personality I've been given into something that could be pleasing to a certain person. And let me tell you this before you even consider me two-faced. It is, or even if you were going to call me two-faced, but it is a great tool when dealing with bosses and co-workers, people you just generally have to get around or get close with, or some degree of a relationship with. I'm about to end this video. I keep rambling, but feel free to make comments, ask me about astrology. I seriously love astrology, and I love to talk about it, and I love that wow effect whenever I hit something so right about somebody. But other than that, I promised myself I wouldn't get too introverted with these videos, so I apologize if this one's very introverted. I'm going to read back through it and probably make some changes, but for the most part, I hope that helped. I will be making more videos about astrology, and before this gets to 15 minutes long, I'm going to have to cut it short. Have a great day, and I hope to see you soon.